All right, we're back for another episode of the Predictions Game. It's time for the round of 16 in the Australia Cup. But first, we've got to recap the last round of results. Will, Christian are joining me today. They're both very happy because I think they're going to be debating up for 3 points. We'll start with you two. I'll let you plead your case. You can have opening statements and then a few questions at each other, and we can get to some winners. So, Will, lead us off.
What's there to really lead off with? I mean, a good shout, I think, with all the teams conceding, all the A-League teams conceding. I think there were some tough fixtures in there, especially the Lambton Jaffers result against Victory. To get one against them was a good shout. And I mean, when I did make the prediction, I thought that the Perth Glory and City game was in it as well. I've since been told that maybe that's not counted in this round.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, all right, but I still think definitely enough to get the bickies here today. Yeah, the Jaffers victory was the one I was sweating on watching that. I watched the opening period of that game and I didn't know where a goal was coming from, but yeah, they did it in the end, and that was the one I was concerned. Mariners going down was a decent shout as well. So no, happy with the performance from last week for sure.
Okay, well done, Christian. Your argument?
So last week was a doubleheader, both teams to score. So Jaffers and Victory, that was the one where I was a bit worried about because of Jaffers and their quality. Very happy that Heidelberg was able to manage to score. There was a stage where the Mariners were struggling to find the back of the net, but eventually they got the job done. So in the end, I'd probably have to give the 3 votes to Will, in all honesty. Jaffers, okay. Like I said, in the end, I think Will has a bit too much in his predictions to, I guess, not warrant anything other than 3 points.
I'm agreeing to that. That's good. As you said, Lockie, the previous time, you got to, if you know your time's up, you kind of got to call it yourself and offer those points. But yeah, no, I look, Christian, nothing, taking nothing away from your kind of spot on prediction there. But both teams to score, when you're talking about the A-League team and the upset, it's not really a degree of difficulty much further than kind of just, the NPL side scoring against the A-League side. Like, it's a little, obviously it's a little bit of a leg up, but it's just not that much more. There's a little partnership building there. I think a little the bottom. I think the results of last year's kind of full pod predictions game, I think maybe we're down the bottom definitely. So we've got to kind of ladder each other up. I think this is a mutually beneficial partnership here.
The Paletti-Jacob alliance towards the back end of last season did a lot of damage as well. So maybe you can emulate some of that form.
I'm excited. This is, like a multi-club ownership kind of proposition here. I like it.
All right. So we got Will in 3, Christian in 2. Chris is off the bottom. He said there'd be 27.5 goals or more. Actually was 22. And Ross said all the A-League teams would win by at least 2 goals, and some yellow card stuff in there as well. But we know that there were cup sets, so they're out. The question is who gets the 1 vote out of Jacob, myself, and Paletti. So Jacob had 2 games to go to extra time. He ended up getting 3. Now I said South Melbourne would defeat Wellington, which did happen, but I said it would be after extra time or penalties. They got it done in the 90. And then Paletti had both NPL New South Wales teams to advance and got 1 out of 2. So, Christian, we're all close, but who are you? I'll let you put forward a nomination if you want.
Process of elimination, I'd have to take out Paletti. So that leaves with Lockie and Jacob up for grabs for the 1 point. It's a tough one because it depends what Jacob said. So Jacob's gone 2 or more games to go to extra time. Then I think Jacob just has the 1 vote, even though it's super tight. Lockie, if you hadn't have chosen extra time in your prediction, you would have probably been smooth sailing into that 1 point. Yeah, I'm leaning slightly towards Jacob.
Well, let me pitch. Let me pitch, and I'm going to use Jacob's own words against him. Yeah, because last week we had the situation where he predicted, I think it was 30 goals across the stage, but then ended up getting 37 plus an extra game. Mm-hmm. And he himself made the argument that the more and more it gets away from the target, it gets less impressive. So he said 2 and he got 3. So he got 1 extra, which has to take
It's all about the
down.
wording.
And Christian, don't forget as well, I did have an extra little piece of pie in there that said South Melbourne would come into this game having won the Doherty Cup, and that also did happen. So I know it's not officially part of the prediction, but it's just twinkling away in the back there, I think.
Look, with that extra information, it might swing it, but I've got to ignore it. I've got to remain unbiased. I honestly think, as Jacob said that last time when we were recording, I was thinking he was way too harsh on himself, and that's probably not the exact opinion I'd have. You know, like 3 instead of 2, and it's 2. I don't agree necessarily with the basis of that argument, and that's actually doing him a favor this week, and that's why, yeah, he gets my 1 point.
Oh, we might have to do a VAR check on the language.
Yeah.
Talking of low scoring extra time, that's going to be my prediction this week, is that 2 games are going to head to extra time.
So seeing that footage, I'm going to argue that it would be the same margin of error to have 1 game go to extra time than to have 3, because he hasn't said at least or less than.
Yeah.
He just said
it's
2,
all about the
so
wording.
He's off by the same amount.
Yeah. That changes things a bit now, doesn't it? Because South Melbourne, at the end of the day, that's a massive upset. So, yeah, what do you think, Will?
I'd want to know who's in the VAR booth, to be honest. I think we've got a biased person that's pulled up the record. No, look, I know it does change things, only slightly in my opinion. I think that it's still in a positive light. I think, Lockie, like you said, it's the same margin of error maybe as if you only got 1, but it's still extra. It's more. It's like he still got his right and then 1 more, right? He didn't fail to get 1 right.
No, he got it wrong.
No, I don't see it like that. That's not how I see it.
I do see it like that.
Yeah, well, you're not getting it. To get a
You're
say in
exactly
this. So.
correct. That is extremely difficult to pull off.
Yeah, and I think the
To
fact that it
exact.
went over is better than if it was 1 and he said 2. I think that's what all I was trying to say. So I'm still going with Jacob.
The margin is still 1. So what you're saying there is that if someone also said the prediction that at least 2 games would go to extra time, then they're on similar level. That's what you're saying.
Lockie's trying to talk as he's way into points again. Christian, we have to rise up. We have to ignore what he's saying.
I mean,
No, come on.
Lucky.
No, okay.
Lucky,
I see what you're saying.
No, Lockie, I'd argue against you as well to say that if you tipped South Melbourne in the 90, obviously that's a massive tick. But the fact that you've said at least extra time, that means that you've had little faith in South Melbourne to get the job done in the 90. So I'd dock you points there, to be honest. That's how I see it.
Well, yeah, of course I'm getting docked points because I wasn't on the money. I wasn't, 100% correct. I've accepted that, but neither was Jacob. And I think, you talking about 50%ers before. The 3 games to go to extra time is 50% more than 2 games, but I'm only adding 30 minutes, which is 33%. So I feel like I'm closer to the target there.
Well, okay. Anyway, if Christian and I were split, what would be the process then of giving the point?
I feel like you two have to come to a decision between you.
Okay, well then it's Jacob.
I think we agree it's Jacob. It sounded like it's Jacob.
You gave us the power. That's your fault.
No, I did. There has to be some level of democracy in this game.
Yeah.
Jacob is going to be extremely happy watching this back. Can't believe that I haven't managed to turn that one for me, to be honest with you.
You made enemies last season, last predictions round.
Don't worry, I'll remember it. It's okay. It's only pre-season.
No alliances with Lockie this season, that's for sure.
You're all jealous. I got the star. You're coming for me. I can feel it. All right, let's
Target on the back.
Target on the back, absolutely. Let's get into the round of 16 predictions. Will, as the winner, why don't you lead us off?
Okay. As I've said before, I do love a multi and a player to score. And I think this round, Harry Sawyer is a chance to get another one. I'm backing him to get one, and then I want to add on to that with Spirit to score against Victory. And I think if both of those come off, then I'm definitely up there for the 3 points. So I'm happy with
Harris and Sawyer just to score a goal?
Just to score a goal. Okay, maybe get an assist as well then. I don't know. Not as well, sorry. Either a goal. Okay. Either a goal or an assist. I don't know. Oh, I'm so in my head about this now. You guys suck. All right. No, I'm sticking with it. To score. Harry Sawyer to score. Spirit to score against Victory. That's it.
Okay. All right. Don't mind it. Let's head to Ross.
My prediction is Oakleigh Cannon, South Melbourne and Melbourne Serbia all win their games and progress to the next round. and there's going to be one cup set, so a lower league side will knock out an A-League opponent. Whoever that is, I don't care, but it's going to happen.
It's a good shout. I like that. It's spreading wide and definitely would be up there for the 3 points if that comes off for sure.
Absolutely. You feel like even if he just misses one, Christian, he might be still in with a shout.
Still in with a sniff, but he's going to need a miracle, or not a miracle, but I don't see Melbourne Serbia getting up, although he's got a chance for sure. But even last week, he went for a very ambitious multi, so let's hope for his sake that he's able to do one better.
The thing is, going with multis, and even in pre-season, it's like, even if it comes off, so what? Doesn't matter. That's my opinion. Anyway, Christian, why don't you go next?
Okay, so speaking of multis, I've gone for all 8 games. This is going to be an absolutely massive one. So, all right, let's start off. Victory, Perth, Wanderers, and Adelaide are all playing member-fed teams, so all A-League clubs to win there. So that's 4 out of the 8 out of the way. South Melbourne and Oakley to win against Heidelberg and Brisbane Olympic. That's 6 out of the 8 games. And then the last 2, Hume City and Melbourne Serbia. I'm leaning slightly towards Hume, but I don't want to stick my neck out on the line too much. So I've gone both teams to score in that one. I think there'll be goals, Hume, and then the last match will be the Jets against Macarthur, the A-League clash. If I had to pick, I'd probably choose the Jets to get over the line, but I'm going to choose them to either win or draw in the 90 against Macarthur at home. So those are my eight games locked up.
You know, you don't
it's a
have
big
to
one.
pick something for absolutely everything.
That's what I was
right?
going to say. You don't have to.
Well, I want the 3 votes. So even if I
Just
get
going for
6
it.
or 7 out of 8, I reckon I'm still in pretty good contention for some votes.
We'll see. It depends on which ones you miss. So
Depends on who's
depends.
appearing on the show as well.
absolutely. If
That's
I'm
true.
on, if
I
I'm on,
need
maybe.
Will this time.
Yeah.
Will,
I can't let you
Hey,
two
I'll
on the
lie.
same episode together. You vote together,
Nah,
but
fair.
I organise all the appearances. That's where you're missing it. Very nice. Okay, let's head to Paletti.
Okay, so my prediction for the round of 16 is that 2 of the 4 remaining New South Wales base sides will advance to the quarterfinals.
Confirmed one of them has to. So
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
another.
Jets MacArthur.
okay. Yeah.
And then you got Queensland
Well,
Lions.
how do we
over-
judge
over
that
the
then?
Wanderers.
Well, that's just guaranteed.
Hmm.
So
It's
you
like
get
saying
nothing
one.
for
It's
that.
like saying one of the other one. That's a low bar.
That is
Yeah,
a low
that's-
bar.
That reminds me of the Kiwi high jumper just jumping below the bar. That's how low they've set the bar.
I'll jump in next. I'm going to go simple, but kind of against the grain of what we've seen so far. I'm going to say no cup sets in this round. So no member-fed teams to beat A-League teams. Of course, we have the Jets versus MacArthur. So someone's going to go out there, but apart from that, 5 A-League teams through to the quarterfinals.
How do you judge the human Serbia game?
No, that doesn't count. Cup set, defining it as a member-fed team against an A-League team. That's it.
Okay.
Don't mind
Okay.
that.
At least that's confirmed.
As we're saying pre-recording, that A-League teams will be a couple more weeks into pre-season and kicking up a gear. So I don't mind that one.
I also just think like the big member-fed teams that have a chance of going deep aren't playing A-League teams in this round. So I think we're going to get a little bit of quiet before the storm in the last 8. Now let's go to Jacob.
My prediction for this week, I'm going to keep it real simple, real easy. The 6 A-League teams are going to score a combined 20 goals. And I'm saying exact this time, I'm saying exactly 20.
I'm confused about specifying that there's the 6 A-League teams. So if one doesn't score but they still get 20 goals altogether, like 5 of them get 20 goals. That's not a win.
No. I think it is. I
Combined.
think what he's going for
Yeah.
is that like out of the 6 A-League teams.
Okay.
I think he was more trying to just exclude everyone else.
Okay,
and
okay.
6 kind of just snuck its way in there.
Okay. Not exactly. Not. Okay. I
They
get it.
don't all have to score.
Well, contributing zeros would still be contributed. 20. Okay. 20 from all the 6.
Exactly though. He's fed up with the over/under kind of crap. Exactly.
I don't blame him. But no, that's. I mean, yeah, very impressive if it comes off. I mean, if some of these come off, this is going to be the toughest kind of dishing out of the points ever. There's a lot of tight ones here, I think.
But you're putting yourself in such a narrow corner though. I don't understand why you go down that path for that sort of prediction, because Yeah,
You
like
know,
Will
your
said, it's gotta
8-legged's
be
fine,
absolute-
Hey, look, if it comes off though, he's a hero of the game.
But
His shirt
do you know
number is
how hard it is
retired.
to predict the exact goals? The exact goals. It's not an over or under. It's the exact goals. That's extremely difficult to.
I mean, you think there'd be there's 8 games, right? So you're gonna get at least probably 12 goals minimum. You're probably getting like a max of like 40 if they really go hard. Like it's kind of in the middle where Christian, you're multiplying the luck every single time to the power of 8. I think yours is significantly less likely to come off than Jacob's.
You reckon?
I reckon, yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess with the amount of options I've selected, with obviously picking all 8, but at the same time to predict exactly 20 goals. I mean, there's more leeway for me because if I get 7 out of 8, I've still got more of a chance to get more votes than Jacob. Because if Jacob gets 10 goals or 30 goals, how are we judging that?
Yeah. We won't discuss it now. We'll find out next time.
Predictions game, I'm definitely going the Jets, as you can see here. They're going to win, and Lockie Rose is going to score the winner against his old club.
But that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time.